Hello everyone, welcome back students. So we'll continue the exercise 1.3 which we had done previously. Up to question 5 we had completed. So now let us begin with question 6. Question 6 says a certain freezing process requires that room temperature be lowered from 40 degrees Celsius at the rate of 5 degrees Celsius every hour. What will be the room temperature 10 hours after the process begins? So here it is that a freezing process. Freezing means to cool down. Like in summers, you keep the bottles in the fridge so that the water cools down so that you can drink it easily. So a certain freezing process. So there is a process which is going on in which some freezing is to be done, means the temperature is to be lowered down. It is to be reduced. Requires that room temperature. Now what is room temperature? Room temperature means the temperature of a room. In the normal conditions, whatever the temperature of the room is there, that is known as the room temperature. Now this room temperature is to be lowered from 40 degrees Celsius. So at present, what is the temperature of the room? It is 40 degree Celsius. So present room temperature. So this is one thing which is given to us, that it is 40 degrees Celsius. Now this is to be reduced at the rate of 5 degrees Celsius every hour. Now in each hour, every hour, how much temperature is to be reduced? 5 degree Celsius. In 1 hour, 5 degree Celsius will be reduced. Then in the again second hour, 5 degree will be reduced. Like this it will go on. So you have to tell what will be the room temperature 10 hours after the process begins. Once the process starts, after 10 hours, you have to tell what will be the room temperature. So present room temperature is 40 degree. Then decrease in temperature. So decrease in temperature per hour. In 1 hour, per hour means every hour, how much temperature is to be reduced? 5 degrees Celsius. Now you have to calculate, you have to find the room temperature after 10 hours. So decrease in temperature. Let us calculate first that how much temperature is decreased in 10 hours. So in 1 hour it is 5 degrees Celsius. Then in 10 hours, how much temperature will be decreased? It will be 10 into 5. That is 50 degree Celsius. So in 10 hours, 50 degrees Celsius will be reduced. Now you have to tell what will be the room temperature. So after 10 hours, room temperature now will be, how much will be the room temperature after 10 hours? Initially at the beginning the temperature is 40 degrees Celsius. In 10 hours how much it has been decreased? 50 degrees Celsius. So we will subtract these two, 40 degree minus 50 degree, and 40 degree minus 50 degree is minus 10 degree Celsius. So the room temperature after 10 hours will be minus 10 degrees Celsius. So this is question number 6, the solution of this. Now let us move to question number 7. Now question 7 says, in a class test, there is a class test containing 10 questions. In the class test there are 10 questions. 5 marks are awarded for every correct answer. So if you get the answer correct, 5 marks will be given, and minus 2 marks are awarded for every incorrect answer. If there is any wrong answer, then how much marks you will get? You will get minus 2, and 0 for questions not attempted. If you leave any question which you have not attempted, then how many marks you will get? You will get 0 marks for that. So if Mohan gets 4 correct and 6 incorrect answers, then what is his score? So you have to tell, if Mohan gets 4 correct answers and 6 incorrect answers, then what is the score? Means what is his total marks obtained? So marks awarded for 4 correct answers. Now Mohan is getting 4 correct answers. So for 4 correct answers, how many marks will be awarded? One correct answer gets 5 marks. So 4 correct answers, it will be 4 multiply 5, 20 marks. 20 marks will be given. Then marks awarded for 6 incorrect answers. Now there are 6 incorrect answers also. Incorrect means wrong answers. So 6 incorrect answers. For one incorrect answer, it is -2. Then 6 are there, so it will be 6 multiply -2. So what is 6 multiply -2? Minus 12 marks. This is the marks which he gets for incorrect answers. Then you have to find out what is his score. So Mohan gets total marks, or you can also write score of Mohan. So score of Mohan is 20 marks he gets for correct answer plus minus 12 marks he gets for incorrect answer. So it is 20. Now plus minus will be minus. So 20 minus 12. So what is his score? He gets 8 marks in total. This is the score of Mohan. It is clear now that for one correct answer he gets 5 marks. For one incorrect answer, that is wrong answer, he gets -2 marks. And if he does not answer, then he gets 0. So total there were 10 questions. Out of 10, 4 he got correct and 6 he got incorrect. So he did not leave any question unattempted. The second part of this, it is Reshma gets 5 correct answers and 5 incorrect answers. Then what is her score? Now there are total 10 questions. So out of 10 questions, Reshma is getting 5 correct answers and 5 incorrect answers. Means she has attempted all the answers, all the questions are being attempted. Now what is her score? You have to tell. So you can write it like this, that marks Reshma gets, you can just mix up the statements as you wish. You can even write it like this: marks awarded for 4 correct answers. So here you can write marks awarded for 5 correct answers, or you can write the statement like this also: marks Reshma gets for 5 correct answers. So for one correct answer it is 5 marks. So for 5 correct answers it will be 5 multiply 5, that is 25 marks. Then she also has 5 incorrect answers. So marks Reshma gets for 5 incorrect answers. So for 5 incorrect answers, how many marks for one incorrect? -2. So total for 5 incorrect it will be -10. So total score of Reshma. So what is her score? Means score of Reshma. Now what will be her score? 25 marks she got for correct answers plus 10 minus 10 she got for incorrect So it is 25 minus 10, and 25 minus 10 is 15. So what is her score? Her score is 15 marks. Then there is third part of this. The third part says that Hina gets 2 correct and 5 incorrect answers out of 7 questions she attempts. What is her score? Now, total 10 are there, out of which she is getting 2 correct and 5 incorrect. So these are only 7 questions, means she has attempted only 7 questions and she has left 3 questions. So for 3 questions, how many marks she will get? Those which are unattempted, 0 marks. So that is no need to be calculated. So you can just write here, you can write the statement like this also, that Hina gets marks for 2 correct answers. So if it is 2 correct answers, then what will be the score? For 1 correct answer it is 5, so it is 2 multiply 5, 10. Then Hina gets marks for 5 incorrect answers. So for 5 incorrect answers, 1 incorrect answer gives minus 2. So 5 incorrect answers, it will be minus 10. Now what is the total score of Hina then? Score of Hina becomes 10 she got for the correct answers and plus minus 10 she got for the incorrect answers. So it is 10 minus 10 equal to 0. So what is the score of Hina? It is 0. So hope the question is clear to you. There is one more similar question based on this, that is question number 8. Now question 8 says that a cement company earns a profit of rupees 8 per bag of white cement sold. Now if a cement company is selling one white cement bag, then it gets rupees 8 as profit and a loss of rupees 5 per bag of grey cement. If it sells a grey cement bag, then for one bag it gets a loss of 5 rupees. Okay, so white cement bag gives profit of 8 rupees and grey cement bag gives a loss of 5 rupees. Now the company sells 3000 bags of white cement and 5000 bags of grey cement in a month. So what is its profit or loss? So how many bags are sold of white cement? 3000, and for one bag of white cement there is a profit. So what will be written now? Here you can write it like this: profit on selling 3000 bags of white cement, because white cement bag is giving a profit of 8 rupees. So there are 3000 bags of white cement sold, and what is the profit? It will be rupees 8 multiply 3000, and rupees 8 multiply 3000 means it is rupees 24,000. Then there are 5000 bags of grey cement sold, and one grey cement bag gives a loss of rupees 5. So here loss on selling 5000 bags of grey cement. Now 5000 bags of grey cement sold means rupees 5 loss on one bag, so it will be multiplied by 5,000, and rupees 5 multiplied by 5,000, it is rupees 25,000. So on one hand, on white cement there is a profit of 24,000, and on the other hand, on the grey cement bags there is a loss of 25,000. So which is greater? Loss is greater. So overall, will it be loss or profit? Because the loss is greater, so there will be overall loss. Therefore, total loss is 25,000 minus 24,000. That is, there is a loss of 1,000 rupees. It is clear, no? 3,000 bags of white cement are sold. One bag gives profit of 8 rupees. So total it will be 24,000 rupees profit. Then one bag of grey cement gives a loss of 5 rupees. So 5,000 bags of grey cement will give a total loss of 25,000. And because the loss is greater than profit, so overall it will be loss, and it will be a loss of 1,000 rupees. Now the second part of this, the second part says, what is the number of white cement bags it must sell to have neither profit nor loss if the number of grey bags sold is 6,400 bags. Now understand this question. You are asked, what is the number of white cement bags it must sell? It means the company. They are asking you how many white cement bags the company has to sell to have neither profit nor loss. Means the company does not want any profit nor it wants any loss. It should be equal. No profit, no loss. So if the number of grey bags sold is 6,400, now they are selling 6,400 grey bags, and you have to tell how many white cement bags are to be sold. So grey cement bags. Now if you see the grey cement bags, they are giving a loss of 5 rupees. So total loss on selling 6,400 grey cement bags, because grey cement bags, they are being sold at a loss of 5 rupees. So on total, what will be the total loss? Rupees 5 multiplies 6,400, and if you are multiplying rupees 5 with 6,400, it will be rupees 32,000, that is 32,000. Now this is the total loss. The company says it should not have any profit, any loss. Therefore, total profit is also equal to rupees 32,000. Now because the company says it should not have any profit and it should not have any loss, but on selling the grey cement bags it is having a loss of 32,000. Now this loss will be covered up with the profit gained by selling white cement bags. अब ये जो लॉस हो रहा है 32,000 का, इसको पूरा कहाँ से करेंगे? व्हाइट सीमेंट बैग्स बेच के जो प्रॉफिट होगा उससे पूरा किया जाएगा. तो उसको पूरा करने के लिए प्रॉफिट भी कितना होना चाहिए? 32,000. अब 32,000 प्रॉफिट होने के लिए कितने व्हाइट सीमेंट बैग्स सेल किए जाएंगे? सो प्रॉफिट ऑन वन white cement bag. What is the profit now on one white cement bag? For on one white cement bag, the profit gained is rupees 8. You have to tell how many white cement bags will be sold. So number of white cement bags sold. Now how much profit is needed? 32,000. And how much profit is there on one bag? It is rupees 8. So total number of bags will be equal to 32,000 divided by 8. And when you divide 32,000 by 8, you get 4,000. So how many bags of white cement will be sold? 4,000 bags of white cement will be sold, so that there is no profit, no loss. Now after this, there is one more last question left out. Let us finish up with that also of this exercise. Now the last question of this exercise says, replace the blank with an integer to make it a true statement. Now you have to just tell what value, what integer will be there in these blanks so that the statement is true. Now minus 3 multiplied by dash equals to 27. So minus 3 will be multiplied by what integer so that it becomes 27. Now 3 9 times is 27. So 9 will be there, but this is a positive value. This is a positive integer. So minus negative integer will be multiplied by a negative integer. So minus 3 multiply minus 9 equals to 27. Now second, 5 multiplied by dash equals to minus 35. How many times of 5 is 35? 5 7 times is 35. But plus and plus will not give you minus. So what you need here? You need minus. So it will be multiplied by minus 7. Similarly, dash multiply minus 8 equals to minus 56. Now how many times of 8 is 56? 8 7 times. 7 8s are 56. This is minus. 1 minus we already have. So this is to be plus. So it will be only 7 here. Now the last one, it says dash multiply minus 12 equals to 132. Now 12 how many times is 132? It is 11 times. 11 multiplied 12 will give you 132. But this is positive. This is a plus sign here. This is minus. So we will have to multiply it with minus so that we get plus. So with this we come to the end of this exercise. Complete this in your notebook and we'll meet again with a new part of this. Till then, have a nice day. Thank you all. Jai Hind.